Good evening, everyone. This is the Silent Silver Stacker, and tonight we are looking at United States quarters. United States quarter is probably my favorite United States coin to collect, and we're going to go through few of the designs that have been used over the years. First United States quarter was minted in 1796 and ran through 1807, and it was a draped bust design. The next design went from 1815 to 1838, and it was a cap to bust design. At this point in time, I do not have either of those, so I can't show you one tonight. But after that was the seated Liberty design. Seated Liberty design ran from 1838 to 1891. What we have here is an 1876 version of that quarter, and came in two basic varieties. From 1838 to 1865, there was no motto on the obverse, or the reverse rather, and from 1866 to 1891, there was a motto on the reverse. So when we turn this over here in a moment, you will see that motto. Next design is a barber quarter. It's a classic American design that's been used on not only quarters, but also dimes and half dollars, and I believe even nickels. And this particular barber quarter design ran from 1892 to 1916. And as I said, it's just a classic American. The barber is a classic American design for coins. There was an Isabella quarter, commemorative quarter, made in 1893. I do not have one of those. But the next regularly minted quarter was the Standing Liberty quarter, which also happens to be my favorite design. Probably my favorite design of American coinage overall. There were three types made: the 1916 to 1917, which featured an image of Liberty with one of her breasts exposed, and that was considered scandalous. So for the second half of 1917, they started a different design where that breast was no longer exposed, and they also moved the leaves that were in the upper left-hand corner down a little bit further from Liberty, the word Liberty. There were also a couple other designs. The shield changed just a little bit as well. And that basic design went from 1917 to 1930, though in 1925 they made another small design change, and that's what you're seeing here is a 1925 Standing Liberty quarter. After the Standing Liberty quarter, there was no quarter minted with a 1931 mint mark, but in 1932 they released the Washington quarter that we're familiar with today. The Washington quarter that Washington head design has been used up until the present day with various changes. There are definitely differences now in the Washington quarters that are coming out of the mint today than there were back then, but it's still Washington on the obverse. This particular quarter is at 1947, which means it's 90% silver, as are all the other quarters we've talked about so far. But in 1965, they started doing quarters out of they were clad quarters, so no more silver in 1965 and later. I picked the 1947. That happened to be my dad's birthday, and next to it is a 1967 clad quarter, which is the year I was born. So I just thought that was kind of fun. The designs are very similar. Really, it's hard to tell the difference just on the design alone, but you can definitely tell the difference in the toning between the silver and the clad. The very last quarter we have is a 2008 quarter. That's one of the state designs, and they did all 50 states over a period of 10 years, with 5 states each year. This is a 2008. So the very first state quarter came out in 1999, and they're fun designs. Since then, there have been other designs such as territories, national parks, and monuments. but all I have here tonight to show you is a state quarter. Hang on just one moment and we'll show you the reverses on these quarters. Now we have the reverses on these quarters. Starting once again over to the left, that's our seated Liberty. It's got a really nice eagle design on it. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but not my favorite. The Barber quarter has also got a eagle design more evocative of the U.S. national seal. The Standing Liberty has got that eagle in flight, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And once again, that adds to it being my favorite quarter produced. The 1947 silver and the 1967 clad, you'll see that the eagles on the back are very similar. They didn't make a whole lot of changes there, and even up until when they did the 1999 state quarters, the eagles stayed really similar. The only difference being is in 1976 they did make a bicentennial quarter. The date was actually 1776 to 1976 for the minted date, and on the reverse they had a military drummer. And I did not bring one of those out tonight either. Because this is a modern coin, I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. I try not to grab these coins like this. But as you can see, that the obverse is a bit different. It's still Washington, but a bit different. And on the back here, this is an Arizona quarter, which happens to be my home state. You can see in this instance, it's got the Grand Canyon on there, some cactus and other desert plants, the word Arizona at the top, and the minted date of 2008 at the bottom. Beautiful coin. Would love to get this one. I'm looking to get this one in a silver proof soon, but we'll see how that works out. All right. Well, thank you for joining me tonight, and hope you learned maybe just a little bit about quarters. So this is the Silent Silver Stacker, out.